Hello and welcome back to the Super Swiss. So we are going to start today by talking about knight effectiveness. Thank you very much for all of your comments. I now have a rough idea of how strong a knight actually is in pure numbers, which is what I like working with rather than I think they're about this strong, or they're kind of this strong. I like to work in the basis of going, okay, I have this many, that's equal to that many, and then that means that we can do this with them. As I think that works a lot better. And actually, having looked at it, I would have much preferred if the game had displayed these values to me instead of the values that the game actually displays. Let me show you what I mean. So, if we head in here and we have a look at our knights, you'll see that the value the game shows you is prowess. Now, prowess as a number means absolutely nothing, right? It's just a number. In terms of how combat usually works, prowess is just kind of a thing, right? It's not actually something that you can actively compare against something else. If we have a look at levies here, we have two values. Well, we have four values for them, but we're going to ignore pursuit and screen because they're only used during the retreat phase. We have two values that matter right now. We have damage and we have toughness. Right now, if you have a look at the knight screen, it doesn't show you that. If you hover over the prowess skill, however, it does tell you how much prowess gives you in each of those values. So, for each point of prowess, you will get 100 damage and 10 toughness. So at a base, this guy does 1,700 damage, and he has 170 toughness. So you can say he's equal to 17 levies worth of toughness, and he is equal to 170 levies worth of damage, which is fairly substantial, right? You can say at the very least, this guy is equal to 17 levies, but you're going to assume that over the course of a battle, he may do more damage, right? So that makes sense, depending on like when the damage hits him versus when he hits other people, right? So, essentially, those are the values that we've got. Now, that is actually not true. So we don't get 100 damage and we don't get 10 toughness per prowess. What we get is we get that filtered through our knight effectiveness, which is 190%. So, what this actually means, if I've got this right, is that we get 190 damage per prowess and 19 toughness per prowess, which means that our knight is actually putting out 3,230 damage, and he has a toughness of 323. Which, in case you can't work it out, means that he's equal to just over 32 levies worth of toughness and 323 levies worth of damage. So, in theory, he has the potential to do a ton of damage. This guy is obviously a beast, and if we had 6 of him, we're looking at a significant portion of our strength. I mean, if we just look at it in levies, he'll be equal to 180 levies worth of toughness? And then I guess that would mean he's equal to 1,800 levies worth of damage? If I've got that right. I might have put a 10 somewhere in the wrong place there, but in essence, he's worth a significant portion of our strength. If we go down, it still looks very good for a 5 prowess knight. I mean, he's looking at 95 toughness, 950 damage, which means that it's just around it's 9.5 levies and then 95 levies worth of damage. So he's still looking fairly good. He's not nearly as impressive in terms of numbers as this guy, but still looking fairly good. It also means that these guys who have 0 prowess, as far as I can tell, there's no reason to have them be our knights. We should actually forbid them from being a knight. There's no reason for them to even participate. Now, there is a reason why you would want them not to participate at all. If an army loses a battle, each knight has a 10% chance to be captured and imprisoned, and a 5% chance to be killed, which are pretty high numbers. The chances are increased to 55.3% and 27.6% respectively if the army is defeated in the early battle phase, which actually means that you could probably use it as a pretty good way of killing off some characters that you don't like. But aside from that, basically, it means that if you're going for an all-night army, you really do not want to lose a battle. Like, it's even more punishing than it usually is, because the likelihood is that you have like 10% chance that you're well, actually, if it's 10% chance of captured and 5% chance of killed, I'm assuming that means that it's an 85% chance that nothing else happens if it's done the same way the rest of the game is kind of coded. But it means that you have a 15% chance that your unit just does not come back, which is not great, I would say. But it's still, like, in theory, if you do it right and you're just a little bit careful, it's still fairly good. So if we can get rid of these 3s and replace them with 17s, our army will be looking a lot better. That's the long and short of what we're dealing with here. Now, if you were wondering what a knight is like compared to, say, one of our men-at-arms, let's say that these guys have roughly 20 damage and 20 toughness. So you can just half it. So you can say that this knight here is equal to about 15 of these pikemen in terms of his toughness, and then he's equal to 150 in terms of damage. So it still comes out pretty well. It's not as big of an advantage, but it's still fairly good. Now, they also have another benefit. You don't actually have to pay knights. Like, you have to pay your men-at-arms, but your knights are just kind of a free resource once you've got them. So I actually think that we should focus a little bit more on them than I have been up until this point. So let's figure out how we're going to do that. Let's close this down, have a look at our decisions, and have a look at invite knights, because that's an easy way to do it. So if we wanted to invite knights, we're looking at 84 prestige needed. Okay, so we can achieve that fairly easily. So once we get there, I think I want to be notified, and we'll do that. We could even call a hunt if we were feeling like it, and then that would allow us to immediately get 3 able-bodied men with 12 or more prowess. Now, the fact that they arrive as guests means you do have to pay for them there, but, you know, they might end up being okay. But the other thing is, if they arrive with 12 or more, I'm in the wrong bit, that means that they are going to basically replace these people at the bottom. So we're going to get rid of this 5, we're going to get rid of this 4, and then realistically they're probably going to replace one of the 12s. Like, one of them is going to come in with more prowess than that. So it will increase our army strength significantly. I would love it if this was all rolled into this number at the top, but hey, there you go. I suppose it doesn't roll men-at-arms strength into there either, so I guess I would also like that. But anyway, I guess it's so you don't just hover over an enemy army and go, yeah, I'm that much stronger than them at a glance. You have to kind of do some of your own working out. Anyway, let's have a look in here. So the reason why we were learning all about knight effectiveness was so that when we went in here, we could decide whether we wanted household guard. So an extra 4 knights, let's say that they're equal to the 5 prowess people that we had before, right? That means that we are going to end up with effectively another 45 levies worth of toughness and then 450 levies worth of damage, just for having the extra 4 knights. I think that sounds pretty good. Yeah, so I think we are going to stick with this. We're going to go into this so we get advantage, so we'll be good at leading armies. We can then get the household guard one, get number of knights up, and then we're looking very, very good for wars. That's my plan anyway. Right, open council positions. Marshal. Well, it seems like Prince Bishop Arnold would be a great marshal. He's a powerful vassal, and he was the previous marshal, so this makes a lot of sense. Next up, steward. It's going to be Mayor Irmgard. She is also a powerful vassal, and she's good at stewardship. Seems like a sensible choice. Next up, we have this dude. Now, he would be a great spy master. I mean, he's not as good as Solvi, but he is a powerful vassal, and he'd be a great spy master, if not for the fact that he hates me and my predecessor. He'll probably be an alright spy master in the long run, because once this 25 wears off, he'll be a lot closer to liking us, but right now, he's not great. So I actually might start by swaying him. How much are we making from you? So we could be making an extra 2 gold from him. I think I'd prefer to get this guy to like me, and then I'll focus on our bishop, because our bishop's what? Yeah, he's 57, so he might die at some point. So we'll sway here and make that our first kind of goal. And then our chancellor, I'm going to put in as Karlman here, just because he's got the best diplomacy. And you're going to make everybody like me. So that seems like a good idea. Right, what else have we got? We declare war on Duke Hartwig. That's of Lombardy. Okay. What can we declare war for? It doesn't say. Oh, we can seize this. Okay, that makes sense. So it says it's de jure. Did that create the duchy then when we... Oh, interesting. When we inherited it, it created the duchy. Ah, that's not ideal. So I think it created the duchy because we have Confederate partition. I thought it would only create it... Yeah, I thought it would only create it if there were younger realm heirs. I didn't think it would create it if we didn't have any other heirs, but just seeing here. You know what it probably did? I think I figured it out. What Confederate partition probably did is because our father had 2 children, it created both the titles and then it gave them out under Confederate under partition. I think that's probably how it works. But because it was a son and a daughter, everything still went to Duke Otto. Okay, so the negative here is currently both of these people or both of our sons are in line to inherit this duchy. The positive is that it gives us our claim on Lombardy. It just needs us to act quickly. Now what we could do is we could in theory destroy this duchy title, but that doesn't really do anything for us. All it would do is on our death it would just split it between these 2 people anyway, much as it was going to do here had it not been 1 son and 1 daughter. So yeah, I think it just means that we have to take that land off Lombardy in this life. So we've got effectively until Otto dies to take the 1 province off of Lombardy, which is possible. So, let's head in here. Children lack guardians. So, who's our heir? Our heir is Walter. So, he has fantastic diplomacy. He's currently doing a learning education. I think he's actually doing something else. We could give him a stewardship one. I'm tempted to give him learning, although it's not one of his focuses, so that doesn't really seem like a good idea. But it would mean that his learning becomes insane. Stewardship actually, I suppose, is good, because it means that he'll be able to hold on to more land. Yeah, let's give him a stewardship focus, actually. As the stewardship's a little bit low, we want him to be our heir, so we want him to be able to hold on to the entire duchy and effectively entire kingdom after this. Yeah, so let's give him a stewardship education, and then we have to find him somebody to educate him. So, who have we got? We haven't really got anybody great here. Let's go into our fine characters, top realm. We're looking for... Is that the highest? Oh, I'm again clicking the wrong one. I think I did that last time I was looking for stewardship. Okay. So highest stewardship in the land is this person. We actually want to do some filtering. So let's see if we have a genius. Okay, we have a couple of lunatics. I don't think lunatic actually matters. So you could potentially do the job. You do have the wrong education, but that's okay. So genius, we have some options. How about shrewd? Shrewd, again, we have the wrong educations on most people here, and it drops off very quickly in terms of their skill. How about quickness? Do we have anybody good here? Aha! Quick, and has the right education. Stewardship value isn't too bad either. Learning value isn't bad either. Stewardship value is okay. I think Mayor Herman is the best. I might be wrong. It might be better to go with someone else, but this seems fine. This guy at the top also seems good. If that education was different, I would probably go with him. I'm going to go with Mayor Herman. I don't know if this is the right option, but it's an okay option, which I think will at least do. So there we go. We'll have Herman and Walter. That seems fine. He is happy to do it. Yes, perfect. We'll send that one off. Second son. What is your education? Your education is already stewardship. Perfect. You know what? I know the perfect person to educate you. We'll just wait a couple of seconds on that. and we'll get the same guy to educate you. Right. We don't need the makeshift dagger to survive. Disabled building in Zurich. Yes, so these will all re-enable next month. I don't know why they disabled, but once they re-enable, we'll start earning a lot more money and have a lot more troops. Wonderful. Right, let's go to speed 3 and just let what we've currently got go on, and then we'll see how things go from there. Speed 4? There we go. Ah, perfect. Hey, while you're at it, would you like to educate my other son? Yes, this all seems good. Wonderful. So we're sending them both over to the same place, basically. Now, it was weird, and what I read on the wiki, I'm not sure if this is true, but I think that the wiki said it basically doesn't matter who you have as your educator until you hit 16. Like, it doesn't truly matter. Once you hit 16, a whole bunch of dice rolls are done based upon who your current educator is. So, hopefully by doing that switch, everything's just going to come out the way we want it. We'll see. We'll see how it actually happens. We also need to potentially get him marriage for an alliance. We could do that now. Yeah. So let's use the marriage finder. So, first of all, we would love whoever he marries to, 1, give us an alliance, and then 2, yes, we want inheritable traits. And let's see who we've got. And alliance power is how I want to sort it. So, Duchy of Moravia. 3,000 troops in the Duchy of Moravia. Duke Ota here. Yeah, that seems okay. He's not that far away. That would probably be okay. The problem is that his granddaughter's a little bit young, but apart from that, we're kind of okay. Oh no, that's actually the granddaughter of King Conrad. It's his daughter. Oh, okay. So would that potentially give us an alliance with him as well? I guess not, because maybe granddaughter's too far away. But, okay, that's potentially good. Is this guy in line to... No, so he's not in line to this title. Okay, so that's his sibling. Okay, yeah. Wait, so that's his granddaughter of King Conrad. But her parent is this guy, who's King Conrad's brother. So you're not granddaughter to King Conrad. Okay. Yeah. That doesn't seem right. Anyway, let's ignore the interpersonal stuff. Essentially, we would get an alliance with Moravia, which would give us 3,000 troops. Wonderful. Oh wait, unless it's through the mother's side. Oh, right. Yeah, it's weird incestuous stuff. That's what's happening here. So actually, she is the granddaughter because he married his niece, effectively. Okay. Yes. So you're both granddaughter and niece to this guy. Alright. Well, we're moving on. We have the county of Sander Meres. You have 1,600 troops. Where are you? You are in Poland. Okay, so a little bit further away and less troops. I'm not a huge fan of that one, to be honest. Yeah, I think I like the first one. I think I like the first one that we found. Are there any others? Find spouse. There we go. Sort by alliance power. Then Messen. Yeah, so even less troops here. And even younger there. You're the only person we've got so far who he could actually just marry immediately. And this one, I assume, is, yeah, over in the Byzantine. So that's too far away. So for people who we can actually use, I think that you would be a great person to marry. Now, what we could also do is we could have our second son marry her, and then have our first son marry someone else. I think that seems like a better option for me. So, Otto, we're going to find you a spouse. You're going to marry her. That gets us an alliance, which seems great to me. Let's do that. With our first son here, maybe I look for sum of all stats, and then we still look for an alliance. So you would actually have the best stats out of anybody. Chance of passing on intelligent. We already have quick, so that's kind of good. We could also go onto this side and try and pass down robust as well, or pass down hail. Oh no, I think this is fine. I think you can marry Zwinislava. Yeah, let's go with that. And that gets us another alliance. It's not as good an alliance, but it's a better trait to pass down, I think. Yeah, and it's a more immediate marriage, which is more what we want, because we want more heirs. Perfect. Right. Thumb pause, let those two things go through. Wonderful. Wonderful. Right. So, marriage is sorted. That gives us a bunch of alliances that we can now use. So now, in terms of alliances, we are looking at 3,000, 4,600. So 4,600 troops that we can potentially use against Lombardy. Lombardy obviously have more troops than us. So how many were we at? Was that 4,600? Yes, so 4,600 plus our amount. So we're talking about 6,500 troops, basically. You're at 3.7 with 1.4, which puts you up at 5.1. Plus an extra 2.3, so that puts you up at 7.4. Plus an extra 200. So you're basically at 7.5, right? We're basically at 6.5, you're basically at 7.5. So we have an extra 1,000 troops at least that we need to make up. Now we could try and do it through mercenaries. I bet Lombardy have money. Yeah, so they have more money than we do, so they would be able to make it up more through mercenaries. So we need more alliances. Now, Austria. Can we get an alliance? We can, and you like us. Well, that gives us an extra 2,000 troops. That gets us a lot closer to our goal. Cool. So, Austria will also join us. Do we have anybody else we could potentially get an alliance with? So that's an alliance through our daughter. It's an alliance through our sons. We have my brother-in-law in Frisia. You have 300 troops. I would love an alliance. There we go. That gets us yet another alliance. It's not a huge amount, but an extra 300 troops is usable. Okay, so we have stuff there. So I think that's about as much as we can get in terms of alliances. I don't think we have anybody else we could possibly get an alliance with right now. So, are we the dynasty head? I don't think so. Oh no, we are the dynasty, or we're the house head. Who's the dynasty head? Dynasty head is Sigismund of Carinthia. So I think we have to be dynasty head if we want to call people in. Yeah, because if I go to my house here, which is this one, is it? Wait, that wasn't our... Oh no, our house is Habsburg. Never mind. Yes, so if we go to House Habsburg, I just want to see the people who are... Oh, so not a way of seeing a list in here. I guess I could go to living members. Oh, so I was in the right place the first time. Yeah, sort by rank. So I'm not sure, but I think there might be a way of calling these people into our war. Yeah, I think that if I declared a war, I would have a house head reason to call, but I don't know whether I'd need to... Oh, this is dynasty again. No, I wanted people who were in my house. Never mind. Yeah, so I think it's dynasty level we can call people in, not house level. So if we could somehow become dynasty head, we could call in Crane and we could call in Carinthia, and that would definitely give us enough troops to win the war. Yeah, okay. So, the current dynasty head is Carinthia, so we would just need to be stronger than him, I think. Which we're just not quite there yet. Okay, let's chill. Let a few things build, and just see where things take us. Espionage. Cannibalism. While performing his duties as spy master, Solvius uncovered a secret held by Maria of Luni. Of all manner of vile things, she satisfies her hunger with human flesh. Okay. Well, it's not really the secrets I was looking for, but I suppose we could expose the secret. That would just mean that everybody hates her. That doesn't really do anything. We could also blackmail her, which would give us a strong hook. There's not really anything we could do with that strong hook, but we would get a strong hook. I suppose it would make her more likely to join any murder schemes we have, but I don't really have any murder schemes. Do we have any intrigue skill? I suppose we have a little. Well, let's blackmail her. Why not? Strong hooks don't go away as far as I'm aware. So we can just take it and see what we can do. So if I wanted to kill this guy, actually people are kind of interested. What would happen if he died? If he died, Marguerite would take over. She has absolutely no marshal. So her levy size would go down and it would kill alliances. Okay, this seems like a good way of getting that land off of Lombardy. Let's go with that. Anybody interested? So we already got an agent. Oh, so she actually joined without us even needing to use our hook. Oh, interesting. She was like, no, I'm in for the killing without even you needing to do anything for it. So we could bribe this guy in. How much does he want? He wants 58. Okay, that's not too bad. What's the other person want? You would want 75. Well, you're definitely the better of the two. I'm going to do that. Let's get this person in. 92% chance that we don't get found, and a 67% chance that we kill him. Okay, let's switch you onto support schemes for just now. So that gives us 81.95. That's looking very good. I think we're going to kill this dude. And then we're going to declare war. Ah. The faithful prepare for war. A papal envoy has reached my court, bringing news from the Vatican. Pope Alexander issued a call to arms to all righteous Christian rulers. As a Catholic Duke, I am expected to prepare my men in support of this most holy cause, sponsored by the Universal Church itself. To all those who take the fight against the vile infidels desecrating the holy grounds of Jerusalem, the Holy See promises full absolution from all sins and a guaranteed place in heaven. So we can pledge to join the crusade, where we'll gain some piety and the war chest will gain stuff. We'll finance the cause, or perhaps I should consider joining. I don't really want to go. I mean, here's the thing about Switzerland and our land. We have no access to water, so at the very start of it, we have to walk over here. We then have to pay to get our people on boats. We then have to head all the way over here. We have to then join the crusade for Jerusalem. I mean, who are you fighting? Fighting this guy? He has 5,000. I mean, it is a weaker Jerusalem than usual, so this might work out okay for us, but I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm wanting to do that. We could say I'll finance the cause. It costs us we'll be out of money for, I don't know, like 4 or 5 months. Yeah, I think that's okay. It's actually like 5 or 6 months. I think we'll pay some money towards the cause. I don't think we need to actually pledge to join. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think we'll let the First Crusade go without us. That's okay. We'll be without money for a little bit, but that's fine. What do you mean I'm fourth in line to inherit the Holy Roman Empire? I don't want it. Don't give it to me. Am I allowed to vote yet? I'm not an elector. Okay. But yeah, I don't want it. Don't vote. Who's voting for me? I don't want these votes. Duke Gebhard of Nordgau is voting for me. Why? What possible reason do you have to vote for me? I mean, to be fair, it's only one vote. I thought there was a way of seeing votes. You need to nominate someone to see the difference in elector's preference. Ah, okay. Well, yeah. Well, okay, good to know. Good to know. This guy's joined the scheme. We're looking like we have a high chance of killing him. Let's go speed 5. Let it roll. Walter comes of age. Okay, so he has become an indulgent wastrel, which is the lowest level education trait, which is not great. He will end up having 10 stewardship or more, which will be fine once she ends up joining the court, but it's not great. It's not a great start for him. Great diplomacy, though. Diplomacy stats through the roof. Our alliance with this guy has died. So that's with Moravia. So where did Moravia go? House seniority. So Moravia went to King Jaromir, who we don't have an alliance with. So we have just effectively, we're getting no alliance from this marriage. Yeah, because this guy's also dead. Okay, well, and you have smallpox. Yeah, okay, I think it's probably time to break the betrothal. Yeah, see you later. Let's find you a new wife. Maybe one without smallpox this time, I think would probably go pretty well for us. Inheritable, alliance, so who are you? Messing. 1.2. That really our best? That's our best alliance, huh? Guess I'll take it. Inheritable trait, Amazonian or Herculean. Yeah, this seems fine. We'll grab a better alliance for him. There was no reason whatsoever to take that marriage. It was just straight up bad. So, that's fine. I think it means that people dislike me slightly for it. Yeah, because I broke a betrothal, but whatever. I'll take the dislike for actually having a good marriage there. Anything else happening? Nope. We can declare 2 wars. We can declare a war against Bavaria. Why? For Prince Bishop Arnold's claims. I don't really want any of his land, or any land for him. That's fine. Hey, Mayor Ulrich likes me more. He now likes me within 40, which means he'll actually like me more than Solvi. So, let's assign him. There we go. So we lose a little bit in terms of our percentage there, but we now have a powerful vassal on our council, which is a much better place to be. Right, carrying on. Assassination. 80% chance of success, 5% chance of being discovered. So 95% chance that everything is okay, nothing bad happens. 80% chance that something good happens. Yeah, okay, I'll take that. I gained the trait Murderer. Well, at least this assassin succeeded, but we got the 5% chance that somebody found us. Well, my assassin was only there to protect him from the real killer, honest. Duke Hartwig is dead. I am now a murderer. People do not like me. But it now means that if we have a look at Lombardy, they have 1.9 thousand troops. This seems like a much easier war. I'm going to declare my war for the county. I'm going to declare it. And I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you for watching. Actually, before we do that, yes, so I cannot call anyone in. I would have to be Dynasty Head to call people in from our house. Not that I think we have anyone else in our house who's actually landed. But if I wanted to call people in from the Dynasty, I'd have to be Dynasty Head. But yes, we can call in all of our allies, so that'll be good for this war. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm going to end the episode there, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.